At first, a discussion of who would win between He-Man and Optimus Prime would seem very nonsensical. These two characters, at least when it comes to surface level traits, don't have a lot in common, especially when it's taken into account that He-Man is from a fantasy world and Optimus Prime's adventures usually take place on Earth or another sci-fi planet. Not only are they both iconic 80s protagonists of Sunday morning cartoons in the United States, but they were also the main figures in toy lines during those years and are still going strong today. Beyond being modern day Americana when it comes to their cultural relevance, they are also leaders of their respective groups, good-hearted warriors, and they're willing to give their lives to protect everyone. Therefore, if push comes to shove, who would win in a battle between He-Man and Optimus Prime? That's what we're going to be discussing in this video. Now, in order to properly compare these two heroes, we will be briefly going over their history, powers, and abilities. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Both He-Man and Optimus Prime are two of the most celebrated fictional characters in the West, being in the hearts of people for decades and cementing themselves as two of the great main characters in several media. Therefore, their history deserves to be acknowledged and addressed. He-Man started out as part of the Mattel's Masters of the Universe toy line in 1982, which is the first time that the character showed up across the market. The now legendary cartoon, which cemented the series and the protagonist in the hearts of millions, aired in 1983 as a way to promote the toys, thus becoming a cultural phenomenon that has several animated series, comics, spin-offs, and even live-action adaptations. Optimus Prime and the rest of the Transformers franchise had similar beginnings, starting in 1984 as a toy line by Hasbro. The line quickly spawned the famous Generation 1 animated series, which has become a cultural classic across the United States, and also the 80s comic book run by Marvel, which also helped to propel the franchise throughout the decade. As most people know, it has had its share of movies, spin-offs, animated series, and video games throughout the years. It is safe to say that there have been multiple interpretations of these two characters over the years, but this battle is going to use their classic versions of their respective 80s cartoons. When it comes to that department, Optimus Prime has superhuman strength, the ability to turn into a truck, the Energon Axe, and the Ion Blaster. He-Man, on the other hand, also has superhuman strength and possesses incredible levels of stamina, durability, speed, and reflexes. His alter ego also grants him a significant amount of wisdom. He's also immortal and is nigh indestructible thanks to the Power Sword, which also gives him the ability to shapeshift if necessary. Both He-Man and Optimus Prime are very peaceful and kind-hearted by nature, so it's difficult to see them fighting to the death, especially considering that the former simply cannot die. So for argument's sake, let's just say that for this particular battle, because of some plot shenanigans, they have to fight one another to achieve a specific goal. It's fair to say that from the get-go, Optimus Prime has the upper hand in terms of size and raw strength. He can also overpower He-Man from a size perspective, which is something that would give him a bit of an edge in this confrontation. The renowned leader can also turn into a truck, thus providing him a degree of versatility when it comes to movement, which is something that could come in handy if the battle were to drag out. There's also the element of intelligence in battle. Now, this is something that could be controversial to fans of Transformers and Masters of the Universe, since He-Man and Prime are both very smart characters, but it can be argued that they have different types of intelligence. That is left solely for interpretation, of course, but there is a certain distinction that needs to be made. While He-Man acquires wisdom because of his use of the Power Sword and has a fairly large degree of battle experience, there's also the element that his IQ on the battlefield doesn't compare to that of his opponent. Optimus Prime is, by all accounts, a war general who has been constantly responsible for his allies in battle, which is something that on paper could make him a better battle strategist than the Masters of the Universe protagonist. However, despite all of that, He-Man's magic and the benefits that come with the Power Sword might be too much for Optimus Prime to handle. Prince Adam becomes immortal because of the sword, and his stamina, strength, durability, and speed are increased to superhuman levels, thus making him a deadly foe to face. While Optimus Prime could cause a lot of damage, the combination of immortality, high degrees of durability, and the resistance to pain that He-Man has could be the difference maker here. The Power Sword also allows He-Man to absorb energy, which on paper could drain Optimus Prime of his strength, but considering his role as a machine, it is difficult to gauge if this could work on him or not. This would definitely be a great fight, and it would be interesting to see a crossover between these two franchises that define the childhood of a lot of people throughout the 80s. However, when push comes to shove, He-Man simply has better stats as a fighter, is immortal, can deal with a lot of damage, and can even absorb energy from his adversaries. Optimus Prime would definitely give a good showing, but it would be Prince Adam who would come out on top. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Who do you think would win in a battle between He-Man and Optimus Prime? Let me know by leaving a comment below this video. While you're down there, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on one of our videos. Now, if you'd like any more video content from us in the meantime, check out one of the 2 videos on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.